morning, everyone. I can't hear you. It's just a great morning. Good morning, everyone. Before I start, I want to just say something positive. I was in car this morning coming here, and I spoke with my supervisor. I said, it's raining. She said, Baker, if God could stop the sun, then what happened about the rain? And I'm happy to know that we are making sure today is happening. And so, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Pearline Lewis Baker, and I am your moderator for this special launch ceremony. I invite you at this time to place your phone on silence, listen attentively, and I want you to chair respectively. I also want you to sing along with me whenever we have that opportunity. And I also want you to cheer on anyone who you see come in the front of me. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand with me as we honor this great country for the singing of our national anthem, and this will be followed by our national pledge of allegiance. The National Pledge of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I pledge my allegiance to the flag and to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, for which it stands, one people, united in love and service. You may be seated at this time. I'm going to ask Mr. Sterling Maxey, who I know is a reverend in his church, to come now to begin the ceremony with an official prayer. As you're making your way to the tent, quickly come before we start the prayer. Thank you.
Let's bow our heads in a word of prayer. Our God and our Father, we want to first of all say thank you for a beautiful day. We realize that it is a gift that you've given to each and every one of us. We thank you for this brand new season 2025. We pray, God, for the possibilities. Help us to become our best selves. And now, Lord, as we gather this morning, we gather to celebrate nationhood, country. We thank you, Father, for the opportunity that you've given us. We thank you for the culture that you've given this beautiful nation, in expression, in song, in dance, in music. And we gather this morning to make this statement that we, as educators, see the need to transfer this love for country and for God. As we gather this morning, we ask, God, that you be a part of our deliberations this morning. We thank you for the vision, the visionaries of this launching to instill culture where students can learn and become entrepreneurs and develop skill. become great, creative at all that they set out to do. Father, we ask your blessing upon this initiative. We thank you for those that have come together to plan and to work. We thank you for the future of our country, that it's bright, that our children will grow and develop to become agents of change and global citizens of our world. Bless our time together in a very special way. These and other blessings we ask in the name of your dear Son, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Okay, we have students who are making their way from the back. And Minister, if you turn around, you'll be a happy woman. We have great representation. I understand Raptors country brought 65 strong. 65, and I think the Magic Phoenix brought 40 plus strong. Okay? All right. Our director is so excited this morning. I saw her jingling before, and I was like, there you go. So we're going to let the students sit for a while, just if they can grab a seat at this time. I grew up on the island, so if we can find chair, Mommy say sit on the ground. So I mean to tell the children that, but you just want to hear the message. Okay. There's some space over to the right. Students, they can fill those. We just want our students. Where are you seating them? Sorry. Okay. I'm guided by protocol. Okay, so we will continue with our program. Listen, all you people, all around. Listen to the sound playing, coming down. It's been with me, oh yeah. Just move your feet and dance with me, the Junkanoo. Now that's right, girls and boys, you'll be doing it. You'll fall in line. Just move on the side. Teachers, friends, gentlemen, take your time. Listen to the beat. The melody moves and dance with the Junkanoo. We're saying junk, junk, Junkanoo in January. Junkanoo. All right. Junkanoo in January. The Honorable Glennis Hannah Martin, Permanent Secretary, Lorraine Ambassador, Director of Education, Mrs. Dominique McCartney, Director of Culture, Ms. Derica Grant, deputy directors, deputy permanent secretaries, assistant directors, district superintendents, education consultants, teachers, student leaders, distinguished guests, friends, and Family Island students, Bahamians who are listening online. The late Dr. Tyrone Fitzgerald was onto something. He wrote those quintessential lyrics that speaks to the feeling Junkanoo brings to most Bahamians. If you agree with me, let me hear you shake some cowbells and say, ooh, ooh, Junkanoo. I can't hear you. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Thank you. It was on December 5th, 2023, when Junkanoo was inscribed on the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. And for our students, intangible really refers to oral tradition, performing arts, festivals, and social practices. And we are setting a standard because this list was established in 2023. The Bahamas is one of 4 countries on this list. Can anybody think one of 4 countries in the region on this list? If anybody can say or think of any other country, if you're a student, be brave and tell me if you think any other country in the region who may be on the list. Anybody? Raise your hand and take a guess. Student. Okay, we have a brave soldier to the right. Stand for me, please, and say your school and say your name. All right, Woodcock in the house. The defending 2024 primary school champs. So, go ahead, sir. The question is, if you can tell me the name of a country outside of the Bahamas, what is the name of the country that may be on that intangible cultural heritage list that is in the region? Some of their people come over here to work and we like their music. Let me give you a bigger hint. We like their music. And the country starts with the letter J. What is it? Jamaica. All right, give him that round of applause. So for those of you who are not aware, there are only 3 countries in the region outside of us. That's Trinidad, Jamaica, and Belize that are on this intangible cultural heritage list. So that is a major feat for this great country. And so we are here today because Junkanoo is our culture. Today you may ask why and how, and the answer is clear. Junkanoo provides cultural expression, self-preservation, self-development, self-actualization, and self-identity. Team building, collaboration, critical thinking, communication, healthy competition. Who don't like the trash talk? I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today because we have taken this very seriously, and we are doing it through a multifaceted approach. We are going to do it across the curriculum. And so today, I invite you to listen attentively, as I said earlier, as we share on cross-curricular approaches. More importantly, those of you who are online, if you're parents or you are a major stakeholder, support this initiative. And for you, my listening audience and sitting in the front of me, listen to my cue throughout this ceremony when you will be asked. Those of you on the Family Islands, you may have to unmute and shout, ooh, 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 ooh. Let's start now one more time. Ooh, ooh. Okay, at this time I invite our Director of Education, Mrs. Dominique McCartney Russell, and our Acting Deputy Director for Curriculum and Instruction, Ms. Therese Curry, to bring our welcome remarks.
We're trying our best with these cowbells.
Good morning, everyone. Minister Hannah Martin, when I say jump, you say into Junkanoo. Jump.
Into Junkanoo.
P.S. and Bristol Executive Teams, consultants too from MOE, TVT, and MOYSC. When I say jump, you say into Junkanoo. Jump.
Into Junkanoo. Technical officers, education stakeholders, when I say jump, you say into Junkanoo. Jump
Into Junkanoo.
Zoomers, if you can hear me, when I say jump, you say into Junkanoo. Zoomers, jump! Zoomers.
Everyone, Zoomers too. And when I say jump, you say into Junkanoo. Jump
Into Junkanoo.
jump
Into Junkanoo.
jump
Into Junkanoo.
Welcome to Jump into Junkanoo in January Cross-Curriculum Integration 2025 and beyond.
Do you know the Junkanoo beat?
Cowbells clanking, click, click.
Drums beating, boom, boom.
Do you know the Junkanoo dance? Feet flashing, body spinning, arms waving, everything shaking.
Junkanoo is here to stay.
Brightening our nights and brightening our days. So go out and have some fun. Jump into Junkanoo, everyone. We coming!
The Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training recognizes the profound role that young people play in preserving and shaping the future of all things Bahamian. Hence, a bold step has been taken to ensure that Junkanoo remains a staple of Bahamian heritage and an integral part of our students' education and personal development through this initiative.
While we welcome those of you who are face-to-face and in the virtual space, we also welcome to the table to support our goal of cultural preservation, Junkanoo trailblazers. Any Junkanoo leaders in the house? Any Junkanoo leaders in the house? Any Junkanoo enthusiasts in the house? We welcome Junkanoo enthusiasts from Grand Bahama like Thomas Curry and the Platinum Knights and Michael Miller and the Swingers. We welcome to the table Eleuthera, Mr. Culmer, Village Boys, Zulu dancers, Johnson Superstars, Barrack Hill Warriors, Cowboys, Grandmas Goodies. We welcome them to the table.
We welcome Exuma's Crusader leader, Kenneth Nixon. We welcome Musical Youth leader, Ricky Roll, Warriors leader, Olivia Maxine. Imagine our students feeling the boom of the drums and the click of the cowbells echoing through their classrooms. Rush, discovering history as they craft intricate Junkanoo costumes, learning discipline and precision through every snip and splash of color. Step by step, finding inspiration to become leaders, accountants, choreographers, artisans, and advocates, all through the lens of Junkanoo.
Picture the joy of students, moving with symmetry through choreographed dances in physical education and religious studies. Yes, religious studies. Picture the joy of students, stepping into meaningful roles, accountants, secretaries, chairpersons, choreographers, builders, and theme writers, skills sparked by lessons in early childhood. Skills sparked by lessons in special education. Skills sparked by lessons in primary education. Skills sparked by lessons in humanities. Skills sparked by lessons in career and technical education. Skills sparked by lessons in the sciences subject. Woo!
She's excited.
You too.
Through Junkanoo Cross-Curricular Integration, the rhythmic beat of Junkanoo will echo throughout our schools. This initiative took a collective choreography of resources, talents, and strategies, and a symphony of effort. Multiple stakeholders became our Junkanoo group, working together to embark on a reflective journey, looking back at the roots of Junkanoo, tapping into its now, and envisioning a future where its recurring beat inspires and shapes future generations.
Whether on school campuses or New Providence, or Red Bay, Sandra?
There you go.
Snell Corner?
You know, like
On the streets of their family island settlements? Or on the national stage as performers, organizers, creators, or cultural advocates? It is hoped that Junkanoo's rhythm will resonate with our students as a living legacy that will grow richer with every generation.
And so we commend the teams that came together. The collation of the proposal led by Assistant Director of Education, Ms. Pearline Baker, and the creation of the integration guide led by Samantha Wilson, SEO, to all of our assistant directors, technical officers, school leaders, teachers, external stakeholders. Your efforts resounded like the combined beat of a Junkanoo rush out, unified, dedicated, and powerful. Through collaboration and shared purpose, your voices chanted that this initiative is more than educational. It is a commitment to preserving our nation's drum beat. Let's keep Junkanoo alive beyond 2025. Who are we?
MOE-TVT.
Who are we?
MOE-TVT.
Who are we?
MOE-TVT.
Oh, oh,
Junkanoo.
oh, oh,
Junkanoo.
oh, oh.
Junkanoo. Jump, Junkanoo.
Jump, Junkanoo.
Jump.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
We coming!
there you go. Give us some of that music again from our doctor off so the students could get involved. We can feel it because the crowd is coming. You can see them in the back. Let's go. Turn it up so they can hear us. They're coming in January. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we may have to just change the program just a little bit for our honorable minister. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a visionary in the house and we have written it down and we're going to execute it. But she was the driving force behind the initiative. And so at this time, please stand with us as we welcome Minister Glennis Hannah Martin. Please have a seat. Good morning. I apologize for interfering with the protocol and the lineup of this event, but I have to attend the funeral of really a former educator from Crooked Island, and so I have to make my way to the church, and I'm disappointed because this is such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful celebration. I wish to accept or adopt the protocol that has been established and to say to everyone here gathered and all who are watching via Facebook, to say that I am elated. I am proud to be here this morning. Proud first and foremost of the Ministry of Education team, led by the Permanent Secretary and Director and her team, our district superintendents, and the many teachers and administrators throughout the Bahamas who with great deliberate and intentional work brought us to this historic day. Today is a powerful embrace of our culture, our history, our unique identity, our potentiality, our future. Throughout this nation, in schools, small and large, in classrooms of students of all ages, this incredible art form called Junkanoo will be integrated into every subject
and boys and girls and teenagers throughout this country will, in their learning process, reflect on this powerful, powerful cultural expression which belongs to them. The music, the artistic form, the dance and rhythms, the design and construction of costumes, the history of Junkanoo and its developmental journey through our social, economic, and political history will all form a part of their instruction. So, while it is a celebration of who we are and who they are, it will incorporate and be applied to many core academic and technical subjects as part of a learning process. Our young people must be empowered in their amazing potential. Our schools must be the space where their intellect and creative energies are ignited. Our children must grow to be strong, confident, self-aware citizens who will emerge into this reality called the Bahamas and shape and influence its essence and infuse it and its material expression. It is in their hands, that the next chapter of the Bahamas will be written, and it must be a great story, surpassing all other chapters in the history of this nation. We will not accept mediocrity. We will not embrace shortcuts. We will ensure our children and young people are literate, numerate, that the potential of our special needs children is fully developed, that the unique aspirations of every child are recognized and respected. As the billboard at the entrance of this facility says, and billboards throughout New Providence and in Abaco and Grand Bahama states, every child counts. Oh, happy day. Today, we will see very shortly Rake and Scrape next in the music curriculum. Who are we? Bahamians. I want to congratulate the team of professionals who led this charge and our administrators and teachers throughout this beautiful country of ours. Special mention to ADE Pearl Baker. Thank you for understanding the assignment. Thank you for making this the most amazing and meaningful majority rule day ever tomorrow. But we ain't gonna be here, so let's do it now. And I end by asking you to join me in thanking our communications team for their fine work. Thank you, everyone. Jump into Junkanoo! Thank you.
Thank you. I know. There you go. We can listen to that song all day, hey? Okay, so we're going to continue on. Minister, thank you for your kind remarks. The late Franklin Count Bernardino Ellis once shared on the origins of Rake and Scrape. He articulated that he witnessed the beating of the gumbe drum, the scraping of the carpenter's sword being played on the island of Abaco. However, I'd like to reflect on the title being echoed and coined by the late Charles Carter, who witnessed this cultural expression during a visit to Cat Island. Interestingly, it is similar to the ripsaw music of the Turks and Caicos. And for those of you who don't know, Rake and Scrape comes along with dancing, the Bahamian quadrille, and the heel and polka dance. Minister Hannah Martin, we are working feverishly to ensure this will continue with the performance curriculum. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present Gerald Cash Primary all the way in the South. Where is Dee Curry with the bells and director? Give them a little shake. Rake and Scrape, ladies and gentlemen. You know, ladies and gentlemen, when students in the United States are seen as gifted athletes, you have the NFL going to their schools looking for them at a young age, you know. So I'm thinking the Saxons, the Valley Boys, Roots, and all these other people could start looking at them to recruit them. They're the future leaders of those groups. Oh, give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. They were fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, we have present with us, because we sort of altered the program to accommodate our Honorable Minister, we would have someone from the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Director Ms. Delaveau Grant. I would like to say that she's my cohort mate, but we won't let out our secrets of where we were doing our work together. I invite you to come at this time. Please give her a round of applause. Director of Culture, Mrs. Delrica Delaveau Grant. Thank you.
Good morning to all distinguished guests, educators, students, and fellow Bahamians. I am here on behalf of my minister, Mario Boleg, who is currently in Grand Bahama for the Senior Junkanoo Parade of Grand Bahama, which is happening tonight. I am deeply honored to join you today at the launch of the Jump into Junkanoo program. This is a groundbreaking initiative that brings our rich cultural heritage directly into the classrooms of the Bahamas. This program is seen as a significant step towards significant step forward in how we think about education, one that blends our vibrant cultural traditions with core academic subjects to enrich the learning experience for all of our students. Junkanoo is more than just a celebration. It is a powerful expression of who we are as a people, our history, our resilience, our creativity, and our identity as Bahamians. This bold step of harnessing the energy, creativity, and skill that defines Junkanoo and integrating it into our school curriculum helps the students not only engage with our cultural traditions, but also strengthen their academic foundations in new and innovative ways. And this should be applauded. Thank you, Ministry of Education. Many may wonder, how does Junkanoo connect to the subjects we traditionally associate with education, such as math and English? The answer is simple. Junkanoo is full of mathematical and linguistic possibilities, and it provides a gateway for students to engage with academic subjects in a way that speaks to their interests, abilities, and talents. This is something that we nurture in the Department of Culture in our National Junkanoo Development Program that we've had for more than 30 years. In math, Junkanoo offers students the opportunity to explore concepts like symmetry, geometry, proportion, and measurement. When students design Junkanoo costumes or plan the structure of a parade, they are practicing practical applications of math. They engage with shapes, patterns, spatial reasoning to create something beautiful and meaningful. The process of creating Junkanoo design demands attention to detail, precision, and an understanding of scale, all fundamental math skills. In English, Junkanoo provides a rich platform for storytelling and communication. Through songs, chants, and the history behind the characters, students are introduced to language in a fun and engaging way. Whether they are writing their own songs or learning about the stories that inform Junkanoo characters, students can develop their writing skills and deepen their understanding of narrative structures. And these activities are opportunities for students to hone their literacy, vocabulary, and oratory skills, all while learning the history and cultural significance of our cherished tradition. The Jump into Junkanoo program has the potential to reach students who may not thrive in traditional classroom settings. For students who find themselves struggling with conventional approaches to learning, Junkanoo offers a creative outlet that taps into their strengths, be it in art, music, or dance. This program can open pathways to learning that might not always be available in a traditional academic environment. For students with an interest in the visual arts, Junkanoo offers a natural and exciting medium through which they can express their creativity. Designing costumes, floats, and other elements of the parade requires imagination, technical skill, and a keen sense of aesthetics. This hands-on work provides a practical and tangible way for students to engage with art, while also learning valuable skills in craftsmanship and design, and also can give them skills that will give them opportunities to have a career in Junkanoo art. For students with a passion for music or dance, Junkanoo offers a rich landscape to develop their talents. The rhythms and beats and melodies of Junkanoo music provides opportunities to learn about percussion, timing, and musicality. There's no music like Bahamian Junkanoo music. And so we have our own rhythm and our own cadences that students can learn. Similarly, in choreography and movement, in Junkanoo provides a dynamic way for students to develop their physical coordination, rhythm, and expressive abilities through dance. As we know, every child learns differently, and the beauty of Junkanoo is that it connects with many types of intelligences. As identified by the renowned psychologist Howard Gardner, through Junkanoo, we can tap into all 9 of these intelligences, ensuring that every student has the opportunity to excel in their own way. Linguistic intelligence through songs, stories, and chants. You can develop language and literacy. Logical math intelligence, designing costumes, float, working on proportions, and exploring patterns. Spatial intelligence. Students can be involved in designing costumes and develop their spatial reasoning, learning how to visualize and manipulate shapes and structures. Musical intelligences, Junkanoo music rhythm, develop musical skills, and understand the role of sound in cultural expression. Bodily and kinesthetic intelligence. Through physicality, students can strengthen their motor skills, coordination, and body awareness. Interpersonal intelligence. Junkanoo is a communal activity that involves collaboration, teamwork, and cooperation. It will help students learn how to work with others, understand social dynamics, and develop leadership and teamwork skills. Intrapersonal skills. This connects students with history and the meaning behind Junkanoo, and it can be encouraged to help them reflect on their own identity, culture, and personal expression. Naturalistic intelligence. The visual and physical elements of Junkanoo, such as vibrant colors, textures, and materials used, connect students with the natural world and the resources around them. Existential intelligence. Through the cultural narratives and deeper meanings embedded in Junkanoo, students have the opportunity to reflect on larger questions of life, community, and identity. By tapping into these 9 intelligences, the Jump into Junkanoo program has the potential to not just teach academic knowledge, but also to promote the development of a well-rounded individual. It can provide an environment where students can explore, express, and challenge themselves in different ways, allowing them to grow into confident, creative, and capable learners and persons of society. This Jump into Junkanoo program is an opportunity for students to experience the power of cross-curricular learning, where culture meets academia, where tradition inspires innovation, and where every student, regardless of their strengths or learning style, has a chance to thrive. I am excited about the impact of this program, and I look forward to seeing how it will bring new energy and creativity to the classrooms through the lens of Junkanoo. I would like to extend my gratitude again to the Ministry of Education, our cultural leaders, and those who have worked tirelessly to bring this program to life. Together, we are empowering our students to jump into Junkanoo and into a future of endless possibilities. Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we could do better than that. Our Director of Culture, it reminds me of when you can get into a Junkanoo shack. You know, that's like a little top secret. I'm not a Junkanoo, but doing the research, I'll understand it's like top secret. You can't get in there. But she seemed to know some of our secrets of what we're going to do with cross-curricular. But it's good to know that we are working together as one. Before we get to our curriculum officers who are going to present, I'm going to encourage, if you're representing a section, we have seats over to the right so you can have a smooth transition. I know we have humanities primary preschool Career and Technical Education. If you're here, Ms. Samantha Wilson from the Innovation Unit, if I'm going to encourage you to please come to the front. We have chairs, 2 chairs in the front here for you to be able to access and sit. So right now we have the 2024 defending junior champions, the C.H. Reeves Raptors. And they are coming, so I'm going to ask you, it's to my right and your left. Oh, sorry, Woodcock, sorry, before the Raptors, sorry, Woodcock, sorry, the primary school, sorry. We have Woodcock, they are the defending primary school champions. Please give them a round of applause as they give us a little taste of what we're going to experience during Junior Junkanoo. And ladies and gentlemen, it's what? Junkanoo. Okay, let's go. Woodcock Primary in the house. forward to what we're going to see happen on Bay come the end of this month for Junior Junkanoo. Before we get into the cross-curricular integration approaches, I just want to share something with you, to my listening audience. Ladies and gentlemen, research was conducted by Christopher Davis, who I'm proud to see here today. Raise your hand for me, Mr. Christopher Davis. He, along with Dr. Michael Pateman, their work is actually in the Smithsonian, speaks about the origin of Junkanoo. They suggested that the festival origins is tied to the Gold Coast, to a warrior king of the hunter, I don't want to say tribe, okay, people, that's right, because, you know, we don't say those things no more, it's offensive, who stood up against slave traders. It was the enslaved Africans who we know came over to the region who kept his story alive. And we've heard so many other myths in their research that people have alluded to the origins of Junkanoo. Some have argued that Junkanoo was once an enslaved African. Another research, as they pointed out to us, has said that it is tied to enslavers not being pleased with the enslaved Africans parading up and down on the plantations during the Christmas holiday, P.S. And as a result, the English government started to call it Junkanoo or junk enough. We have more history lessons. And Mr. Davis, we are developing critical thinkers, and I'd like to see, I know Dr. Curry is also an avid researcher in the house, and he can speak to the many facets of origins of Junkanoo that we know it is here. And many people have said that this person came with a mask and he was enslaved. But if you really dig into the research, it calls for good conversation and discussion, because we know that he never came based on the research. But we don't want to stop that, because that's our history lesson direct, and we will share the views and allow the children to conduct the research. And so coming now to share on cross-curricular integration in this order, Assistant Director for our preschool, she's been waiting a while, very anxious, but I look forward to what she is sharing this morning. This will be followed by a representative from the primary section, Ms. Bethel. Is that what? Burrows, sorry. Ms. Burrows. Then we have Ms. Hannah. Okay, it's a duo. And then representing humanities. We also want you to glue your eyes onto the screen if you can, to see what is being shared in the presentation. We also have Ms. Lucy Cunningham, Primary Social Studies Officer. And so I'm guided by time, ladies. 3 minutes. We are working with time, but we would want to hear what it is you have to share with us. Thank you. Please listen attentively and give them a round of applause. And then we're going to hear from that group line up to the right, the C.H. Reeve Raptors. So let's wait with great anticipation.
Good morning. As of yesterday, it's still morning. As of yesterday, I speak on behalf of preschool and special education. Thank you. I don't see the presentation is yet. Preschoolers will become aware of cultural customs and traditions in their country and community, taken straight from the Preschool Curriculum 2007. We now have a current curriculum, and this is one of the objectives that remains. The Ministry of Education's preschool curriculum is based on the constructivist philosophy of Jean Piaget. Learners build on prior knowledge through active engagement, critical thinking, and first-hand experiences. So this holistic, integrated, hands-on, interactive program provides students with opportunities to explore themselves and the world in which they live. Our students in preschool and special education engage in thematic units of study and projects using inquiry-based and active learning approaches to acquire content, to understand concepts, and to gain skills. So we are excited to join our fellow students at all levels and all subject areas in a cross-curricular Junkanoo unit. It was decided that the My Country, My Culture unit, which is usually executed in March around Commonwealth Day, was switched to come into January, where we will now look at Junkanoo as an integral part of our culture. The literacy and numeracy skills for January will remain, as you imagine, so that we continue a sequence of skills for that continuity of learning. But what we have done, as of Monday the 13th of January, the theme, My Country, My Culture, Junkanoo, will be executed in all preschools. A little bit further, you're ahead a little bit, but it's okay. In all preschools and special education classrooms throughout the nation. The theme culminates with a mini Junkanoo rush out across school campuses. We have prepared a sample forecast, and it has been distributed to teachers to guide in the planning and execution of the My Country, My Culture Junkanoo theme. In that theme, we've included additional content, activities, resources, and artifacts related to Junkanoo. Let me share a few examples. In language, crepe paper, jewels, and glitter will be used to decorate uppercase and lowercase letter D. After watching a Junkanoo parade, students will dictate sentences about Junkanoo and illustrate with a picture. After discussing Junkanoo, they'll create a language experience chart about their own personal Junkanoo experiences. In math, we will rote count to the beat of goatskin drums, cowbells, and whistles, up to 30. We will make A-B patterns using musical instruments. And, as we had always intended, we will learn about the wedding and the miracle at the wedding in Canaan. But this time, after learning about the miracle, we'll talk about ways in which we celebrate special occasions. And we know every reception now ends with a Junkanoo rush out. In science, students will follow a simple recipe chart and create Junkanoo punch. That Junkanoo punch will be created using the science process skills, prediction, observation, and documentation. And of course, we will make Junkanoo headpieces in our creative activities. And we will use those headpieces for our rush out. After discussing the Junkanoo parade, students will come up with a short dramatization of the day that they went to Junkanoo or saw a Junkanoo parade on television. And then, of course, we will have our choreographed dancers. They will be dancing with Junkanoo moves, following instructions. 2 steps to the left, 3 steps to the right, straight ahead. Fine motor, of course, we will have to snip and pace and make goatskin drums using paint cans decorated with crepe paper. And so for us, preschool and special education, we are excited and looking forward to an enjoyable, exciting, and productive cultural experience. Preschool and special education are ready to jump into Junkanoo in January. Thank you.
The whistles are blowing. The cowbells are shaking. All these sounds keep our bodies swaying. It's a celebration that Bahamians hold dear. Soon you'll hear Junkanoo everywhere by ADE Liesel Wright in the Preserving Our Heritage Language Experience. We present to you the Junkanoo Hour. All primary schools across the Bahamas are asked to organize a Junkanoo Hour. That is standard for the month of January. The hour designated is expected to be a time of immersion into Junkanoo for students and teachers alike.
There is a direct focus on historical content, costume creation, music, and dance. This is when direct instruction will be given to Junkanoo content, theme development, the music, dancing, free and organized, costume creation, including construction and design. Schools are encouraged to invite industry experts to visit and offer assistance and guidance during the Junkanoo Hour.
The 4-week span should include field trips to either Junkanoo shacks or cultural centers, such as the Junkanoo World and Museum Arts Center, Dungalik Studios, Educulture Bahamas, or the Bahamas Museum of Junkanoo.
In-class live demonstrations with hands-on activities, including the making of simple Junkanoo art, costumes, and musical instruments. Explicit instruction by our educators and industry experts integrating Junkanoo into academic practices, language arts, mathematics, science. There are pacing guides and digital resources, including videos, interactive worksheets, and games for children of all ages.
A culminating activity of a mini parade involving the entire school body, highlighting costumes created in the classrooms, musical rhythms, and dances learned over the 4-week span.
There are resources that have been prepared for all our primary school teachers throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and these can be accessed through our professional learning community or the PLC via the Teams apps. Here, teachers will find costume templates, instructions on how to create simple rhythm instruments, and an outline of content to be taught at each grade level. Also available on the PLC is an example of how to integrate Junkanoo content in the teaching of language arts as outlined in the Preserving Our Heritage.
Step-by-step guides are presented there. Here, you can see an example of one of the suggested weekly activities. It is our hope that by the step-by-step guides and templates, they can be utilized to bring more focus to the Junkanoo Integration Unit.
Teachers at each grade level will also have access to the content. There are also field trip content, contact information, as well as suggested costumes and dances that students can engage in.
Our Integrated Language Arts Unit series serves as an example to teachers on how to teach comprehension, vocabulary, and writing skills using Junkanoo content.
Of course, this is just a springboard for our primary educators because we are fully aware of their ingenuity and creativity, and we look forward to the expansion of the activities, videos, and other content they will create to bring the Junkanoo Integration Unit alive. So, primary invites you to jump into Junkanoo.
All right, we have a group been standing for a while. After we hear from them, we're going to invite the education officers to continue to share. So the C.H. Reeves Raptors, please turn to your left, my right, and we are waiting to hear the defending junior high school champs 2024. So let's see what they're bringing to Bay at the end of the month. As of yesterday, sciences and mathematics will be one section, but we have been planning this work for a while. And so, ladies and gentlemen, just bear with us as we continue to share on our best practices of cross-curricular integration.
Good morning, everyone. And I thought that musical selection by the high school band was the perfect, Junkanoo group, I should say, was the perfect introduction for my 2.5-minute presentation. Are you ready to jump? Oh, y'all wasn't ready. Let's do this again. We gonna jump? All right. That's quite fine. I see you in the back. We are good to go. So in the math and sciences section, we know, yes, we know that our students are going to be our biggest resource. They are bringing a wealth of information on the topic of Junkanoo. Many of them have been born into it, and they are active participants. So when you walk past a chemistry classroom, you may very well hear the sounds of horns, cowbells, whistles, and drums as they are exploring metals. So they're going to be investigating the differences, the characteristics of the various metals that we use inside Junkanoo. And then on the PE fields, well, you know, they will be getting them ready for the beat. So there will be choreography. You're going to see mini rush outs. Now, those of you who go to the gym, you're going to call it circuit training, right? And y'all are going to call it interval training. But for those persons who rush, you know about the high intensity workout. When y'all reach Rawson Square, and then when you come through the little side corner, you get your little rest. And then you hit Shirley Street. Well, in the physical education classroom, we will be doing interval training. And then for mathematics, I must say thank you because we got a nice big hit up there for mathematics already. Thank you. Yeah, y'all might as well make some noise because this is where it's at. But guess what we're going to do? We're taking it a little bit further. Our main topic for mathematics is algebra. So what is going to happen when you walk past the classroom? On the board, you will see 2D plus 3D, but you will hear the students saying 2 drums plus 3 drums. So when we say 2D plus 3D, all of them could be telling y'all, that's 5 drummers. That's going to be math and Junkanoo. Now, we want you to know that there will be cultural content straight across the sciences. And when we say sciences, we are talking about the chemistry, the physics, the biology, health science, general science, and combined science. Cultural content, immersive instruction, and diverse assessments. Across the sciences, we will be enhancing the academic experience while fostering a sense of ownership and pride in Junkanoo, our Bahamian heritage. So now, I am sure that you are ready to jump. Jump. All right.
Going right on that, riding right on that horse, humanities is excited to jump into Junkanoo. Because when you look at the subject that involve in humanities, we have the social studies of junior high, of which I'm ahead of. We have, of course, civics and social science, history, geography. Mrs. E.O. Francis will be spearheading that section. And then we have Miss Health and Family Life, but as of yesterday, they have moved. But in this journey, we would have worked hard in planning this Jump into Junkanoo initiative. And so that will be headed by Mrs. Gonzalez. We also had language arts, Mrs. Wendy Bow, and of course, Mrs. modern language, Mrs. Brister, and religious studies, Mrs. E.O. Penniman in her absence, and then of course the art, the visual arts, where all of this come into play, Mrs. Julie Knowles, and of course performing arts, where the music, the beat, and everything else come into hand, Mrs. Tisha Smith. So humanities is right on the board. For social studies, this is a part of our, Junkanoo is a part of our grade 7 curriculum where we go into culture. And what we would have done in social studies is we're taking it from a thematic approach straight across for grade 8 and grade 9, because in grade 9 it will be reinforced. And so our students will be dwelled into the history. They would also be making costumes, because social studies is multidisciplinary, and we are taking in all of the subjects. And grade 9 as well would be the ones, the leaders, who would help in organizing the rush out at the end. So social studies, humanities is on board.
Okay, because I supervise the section, I just want us to move quickly. If you are a language arts student, you know with Junkanoo, you play a very important part. At the high school, you should be able to come up with a theme. And so the writing of that theme, the language arts officer would make sure, the teacher would assist with that. Then there is the big thing, the synopsis that tells you what the parade is going to be like. But then if you're a geography student, you will be concerned about wind and the weather. So these are just some of the things that we have mentioned inside the humanities area. I think you would have seen the subjects, but because we are pressed for time, it is a lot of subjects in our area that we would have covered. We're going to move on to the innovation unit, and then there is a video from the career and technical education area, and that will be shared with us. And then we have the great Magic Phoenix, soon to be on the stage in a little bit, because they were our second runner-up. But hey, God is faithful. You never know how it's going to be. You may take the crown back. So if we can get the students to line up, because we know we are pressed for time. So coming now is SEO Wilson, and then we have Education Officer Mrs. Alti Carole, who will share for career and technical education.
Good day, everyone. So the innovation unit, looking for my slides, we were so excited to jump into Junkanoo for January. We started working long time too. And one of our main focus is how do we share the resources with you, with all of our students across the islands. So the first thing that we worked on is the Jump into Junkanoo webpage that is attached to the Ministry of Education Bahamas.com. And so everyone log on to Ministry of Education Bahamas.com and click onto the Jump into Junkanoo button. Once you get there, you will find all of those resources that the officers talked about, the pacing guides. You will find all of the activities. You will find downloadables. You will also find a collection of digital resources that have been curated from across the internet. We're talking about videos. We're talking about interactive games. We're even talking about digital worksheets, all here on the Ministry of Education website. Guess how much you have to pay? $0. Zero. It's a whole list, as you can see on the board. Visit it. So all of our teachers, our students, our parents, our community friends, go online and you now have access to this resource for free. But, well, not but, and we have a very special resource on that webpage that we're so happy to unveil today, which is our Jump into Junkanoo Integration Guide. This book takes in all of the information that was shared in terms of across the different subject areas. In here, you will find activities from each of the subject areas for just about every grade level. You all will also find printables for coloring pages, you know, from preschool straight up. The chemistry that you spoke about with the metals, right here in this integration guide. And you can download this for free. Guess from where? Ministry of Education Bahamas.com. You get your own. You get a copy. You get a copy. You get a copy. Yes. And as you can see, as the pages, as we are going through the pages, this book is loaded. Even as a 2D, it's gorgeous. But guess what? It's not just 2D. This book is loaded with technology. So we have AR attached to it, which is augmented reality, as well as VR, as well as QR codes. So keep your eyes on the screen. And here you will see there's a free app called Halo AR. Once you download that app, check it out. Once you download that app, and anywhere you see the icon in the book and you hover over it, the page comes to life. If you can see on the screen here, videos that will be playing to enforce the learning, read alouds for the students, and then one of my favorite is this page right here, the instruments. Because once you scan over that page, you could play each instrument in isolation or as a whole big mess as you go through it. And once again, it is for and available to all of you. Another thing that we have into it, 3D models. So we have like the Junkanoo mask, and it's built into an activity. When you scan over that Junkanoo mask lifts up off of the screen for students, and they're able to see around it in a 3D. Yep, loaded. I think if you lift it now, it will whoop, because it's heavy. That's this book. It's loaded, and it is available. And I just want to say hats off to my team of the Innovation Unit, Ms. Sherelle Edwards, Tremaine Clark, Mr. Timothy Nottage, but I'd like to make a special acknowledgement to Ms. Q-Tel Monka, who is a teacher at Virtual School, who spent all Christmas in the shack helping us to get some footage from the VR virtual tours, that you will be able to do virtual tours of shacks right from this book, as well as the 3D models. So this is available to you, your students. It's a keepsake, y'all. Keep it for your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and for generations to come. And it's available for our students, our teachers to enjoy Junkanoo even beyond this January. Thank you.
I ain't get no little music, man. I come ready, man. Anyhow. Representing my former stomping ground in the Korean technical area. Korean technical education provides our students with practical and theoretical experiences, relevant application opportunities of basic skills such as reading, writing, and mathematics, which improve the overall quality of their education, reduces the high school dropout rate, and enhances student performance and leadership capabilities in their fields and communities. Further, it offers individuals lifelong learning opportunities, which provide for viable careers, choices, and personal satisfaction. The areas include agricultural science unit, the business studies unit, family and consumer science education unit, technical studies unit. This is a big team. This is a big team. Let me hear you. Oh yeah. So, CTE, Junkanoo Integration, Career and Technical Education is a grouping of subjects where practical skills and theoretical knowledge are combined to create experiential learning experiences while developing nation builders who are committed to the development of the country. As such, it is important to us that our cultural expression of Junkanoo is integrated wherever possible into our subjects. Agricultural science. Students will view and identify plants used in the production of Junkanoo, materials and costumes, such as the thatch palm, coconut palm, bamboo, and mahogany. Students will discuss how flowers and other parts of the plants are used as costumes, including headpieces, skirts. Students will state and evaluate the economic importance of cultivating plants and animals for raw materials, products used in the production of Junkanoo costumes, implements including skins for drums. I don't know if you all know all the skins. I learned about a whole bunch of skins this Christmas holiday. Buffalo, goat, sheep, and every skin have a different sound. All right? So that's it. Including skins and drums, the wood for the instruments, flowers, and feathers for headpieces. Business studies, bookkeeping, and accounting. Students will learn to create and manage a budget for a hypothetical Junkanoo group or event. This is important. Including tracking income and expenses to develop essential financial management skills that are applicable to the real-world business scenarios. Computer and office procedures. Students will utilize project management and data management software to plan and organize tasks related to Junkanoo preparation, enhancing their proficiency with technology tools essential for modern business operations and effective event management. In economics, students will analyze the economic impact of Junkanoo on the local economy, focusing on factors such as tourism, employment, and consumer spending to understand how cultural events contribute to economic growth and sustainability. In commerce, students will explore and evaluate various marketing strategies employed by businesses during Junkanoo, including social media campaigns and promotional events, to develop an understanding of how cultural festivities influence consumer behavior and business practices. In entrepreneurship, students can learn how to manage large events like Junkanoo festivals, focusing on logistics, budgeting, marketing, and coordination of performances and vendors. Students can develop business plans for the production and sale of Junkanoo-related items, costumes, accessories, and decoration. For family and consumer science, hospitality, and tourism, students will analyze the role of Junkanoo in promoting Bahamian culture and tourism, exploring how local businesses can leverage their festival to attract visitors, enhance custom experiences, and create sustainable tourism practices. For food and nutrition, students will explore traditional Bahamian recipes and culinary practices associated with Junkanoo, learning to prepare and present festive dishes that celebrate the local ingredients and food culture, while understanding nutrition and the importance of community gatherings centered around food. Technical studies, carpentry, and construction technology. Students will be able to identify tools and materials used in the creation of Junkanoo and describe the evolution of tools and materials as Junkanoo has evolved. They will recognize the correlation between construction of furniture and buildings and construction of Junkanoo. Computer-aided draft design. Students will create isometric drawings of Junkanoo and utilize the CAD software to design patterns and motifs to be replicated in Junkanoo pieces by manipulating lines and shapes both in 2-dimension and 3-dimension using the 3D printer and building replica models. That's my time, folks, but there's a whole lot more that you will find on the website. Thank you very much.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end of our program. But Director and Permanent Secretary Lorraine Simonet, I want to say to you that we have come together to provide resource kits for our students in the Family Islands. And so we have some officers who will be assisting. Ms. Colbrook is one of them because she's an avid Junkanooer. I see Ms. Torinda Hart. She also is a Junkanooer. I know she rushes with colors. And if she is in the space and she has not heard from Deputy Director Curry yet, Ms. Katie Mintz is also going to assist us to ensure that we can put together a package of resources to send to our Family Island students. But before we get to the Junkanoo students who lined up, Mr. Thompson, can we see our Family Island students who can wave to our director and to the audience? If there's anybody in the space online, please wave so we can see. Look up at the screen so we can see who's sitting in the space. If you're in Spanish Wells or you may be in a classroom in Long Island, if anyone is online, we can see them. So we have went national with this initiative, PS, and so we are really proud of our accomplishments. Give ourselves and give yourselves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And so I'm going to invite you to listen out for those students who are to my right, students from Magic Country. Students from Magic Country. Give them a round of applause as they come and give us some good Junkanoo music. They rip out. Director couldn't stop from moving. I mean, I am just so much excited about Junior Junkanoo, Director of Culture. I can't wait to see what's going to happen the end of the month. I mean, Government High in the house. Give them a round of applause. They kept the momentum going. And so as we come to an end of our program, I want to say to each of you, you're a great audience. And if I missed anybody who came in a little late, listen, we need you to jump into Junkanoo. Mr. Producer at the back, just give them, you know, my favorite song for the past couple weeks to get everybody excited. Just listen, and then we're going to listen to the vote of thanks. There you go. We can listen to that all day as we jump into Junkanoo. And so now coming now is Education Officer for Social Studies, Junior High, Miss Sally Johnson with the vote of thanks. Thank you for being a great audience.
Junkanoo drums, a rhythmic beat where culture and learning joyfully meet. Integration makes education complete, igniting young minds with a Bohemian heat. And so standing on the protocol, I just wanted to say, starting with our students, weren't they dynamic? Because this is what it's all about. We can sit and plan, but they are the ones we are doing this for. So we want to say a special thank you for the creative performances by Woodcourt Primary School, Gerald Cash, C.H. Reeves, and the Government High Phoenix Magics. Let's give them another hand, please. In the absence of the Honorable Glennis Hannah Martin and the Director, Ms. Gray, we want to say thank you so much for your inspiring remarks. And we know that Junkanoo, our culture, is at the heart of both organizations. So we want to say thank you. For Ms. Brister, and the Director, we want to say thank you so much for running with the plan for that was mandated by the Honorable Glennis Hannah Martin. To our special invited guests, those of you who stayed us to the end, consultants, education officers, senior education officers, DS, principal, we want to say thank you also. I want to make a special acknowledgement to Didi Curry. Let's give her a hand. And Eddie E. Baker for mapping out the framework of what this initiative would look like. I also want to single out SEO Phyllis Johnson and Ramona Wells for being that connection between us and the schools and making sure that our students is here for this event. We also want to thank the communications section. They have done a tremendous job, as well as our protocol officer, Mrs. Pears, along with myself and all of the others who had from DS office who would have come and assisted in making sure that this event moved on smoothly. Additionally, we want to thank the teachers who have accompanied the students. And like I said, all other invited guests, we want to say thank you because this program would not have been complete without your presence here. So as we move forward, may the integration of Junkanoo across the curriculum inspire a deeper understanding of our heritage and a renewed passion of creativity. Because Junkanoo is what we eat, live, and breathe. So go out and jump into Junkanoo. We want to invite our special the executive management team and our consultant. If you can follow Mrs. Wells onto the second floor for some light refreshments. And again, welcome and thank you.
Junkanoo, Junkanoo, Junkanoo.